Hi, welcome to the Sew Along for Simplicity S9267. This is a skirt pattern that comes with 3 different lengths. I'm going to be doing the C option, which is a mini version. I really love this one because of the button details. It has pockets on it, and also there aren't too many pattern pieces in it, so it's quite a simple sew, which is always really great. The fabric that I'm going to be using is this printed corduroy that I got from Spotlight. It's a nice kind of medium thick fabric with these beautiful autumn tones in it, so I am envisioning a mini skirt to wear with boots for cooler weather. I think it's going to look awesome. To make the video nice and concise, where there are 2 pattern pieces that mirror each other or are similar, like the 2 front panels or 2 pocket pieces, I've just shown myself sewing one side, but I will note in the video that the same needs to be applied for both sides. Okay, let's get sewing.
Lay out your pattern pieces on your material according to the pattern instructions and cut. Note you will also need to cut interfacing for the waistband pieces. I'm going to do this off camera and meet you at the sewing machine. Lay stitch about 1 centimetre from the upper edge on the front piece. Make pleats by folding at the points marked on the pattern and press towards the center of the front piece. Pin to secure or baste into place. Attach a 3 centimeter strip of interfacing to the front edge, fold over and press. Select the basting stitch on your machine and baste close to the raw edge. Fold over the front edge again and press. Mark 15 centimeters from the lower edge of the front piece. Change back to a regular straight stitch and stitch from the marked point. Repeat this process for both front pieces. Pin pocket facing to skirt front with right sides together, matching notches. Stitch along the single notched edge. I've marked my stitch line. Open up and press pocket facing open, then stitch facing, catching the seam allowance from the single notched edge. Trim away the excess. Fold pocket facing back under, press and stitch. The pattern instructions recommend an edge stitch and a top stitch, but I'm just doing one stitch. Place front yoke and pocket piece to the pocket facing right sides together, matching notches. Pin curved edges together and sew curved edge. Finish the raw edge with an overlocker or a zigzag stitch. On the outside, baste the upper edge together, catching the pleat. Also baste the side edge together. Repeat this process for both pockets. Stay stitch the top of the back section and make pleat as per the front section. Baste pleat into place. Repeat this for both back pieces. With right sides together, place back pieces together, matching notches. Pin and stitch. Finish the raw edge. Place front pieces onto the back piece, right sides together and matching notches. Pin side seams and stitch. Repeat this for both side seams. Place 2 waistband front sections onto one of the waistband back sections, right sides together, matching notches. Stitch at the side seams. Finish the seams. Pin the waistband to the upper edge of the skirt, right sides together, matching notches, centers, and side seams. Stitch together, taking time to ensure the curve of the waistband is being followed and both the waistband and the skirt edge are smooth. Take your remaining 2 waistband front sections and back section and attach interfacing. Stitch the side seams as per the previous waistband pieces. Trim the side seams, then press under the curved notch edge 1.3 centimeters. Trim the pressed edge to 6 millimeters. With right sides together, pin the interfaced waistband piece to the upper edge of the waistband attached to the skirt, matching the raw edges and side seams. Stitch up from the line of the skirt front, along the upper edge, and back down to the skirt front. Trim the seam and clip corners. Open up the waistband and stitch the trimmed edge to the waistband facing. It can be quite tricky stitching such a narrow edge, especially on the sides, so just stitch what you can. This is what the stitch looks like when complete. Fold over the waistband so all the raw edges are concealed. From the outside, pin the waistband closed, catching the pressed edge on the inside. Stitch in the seam. The pattern instructions say to top stitch all edges of the waistband. I prefer it without the top stitching, so I'm going to skip this step. From the inside of the front edge, open up the edge and fold to the outside of the skirt. Mark your hem depth and sew just the front edge. I'm doing a narrow 1.5 centimeter hem. Turn the facing to the inside. Complete this process for both front pieces. Press the hem depth and press under the raw edge. Pin and sew from the outside. Mark the buttonhole placement. I've made a guide using the placement from the pattern. Alternatively, you can just measure and mark. I'm putting a pin at the bottom of the marking so it's easier to spot at the sewing machine. Here's the buttons I'm going to be using. Follow your sewing machine manual on how to use the buttonhole foot for your machine. If your machine does not have a buttonhole foot, there are ways to manually stitch buttonholes. Select your buttonhole stitch and stitch each buttonhole. Overlap your front pieces and mark the center of each buttonhole. I'm doing this with a pin and marker. I'm also placing a pin where the bottom of the button should be so it's easier to see at the sewing machine. Follow your machine manual on how to use your button foot. If your machine does not have a button foot, you can do this manually with a needle and thread. Select a zigzag stitch with the same width as your buttonholes. Sew on your buttons. Tie the threads at the back to secure.